What's up? Did I say something wrong?
Hmm?
Did I say something wrong?
Mm-mm.
Oh, I thought you heard me say something.
Oh, you can see me still?
Yeah, I can see. I can see you.
Oh, I
I can
was
see you. The camera can't see you, but I can see
okay.
you. So
That's
I
all
was
that
like,
matters.
okay,
No, I
cool.
was thinking about this little ending part.
Oh, okay. Oh, you think
You
about
don't
your
know
seat.
her part.
You know the whole party again. Oh my god.
I got it. I got it though.
Y'all are hilarious. Y'all hilarious. I'm
I
over
was
here.
too, Saran. I'm over here. Where's my...
Y'all be killing me, man. What's going on, Two Fingers family? It's your boy Lamar Hardy coming to you guys with another episode of the Two Fingers podcast. Of course, I got my two co-hosts with you guys today. It's going to be an exciting episode, and judging by the topics and the time, we're going to get through this pretty quickly. So, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, as always, I'm going to introduce to y'all Miss Sarani Ron and the OG Gator.
What
Hardy,
up?
what's
What up?
going on?
Good.
So, in honor of October being Breast Cancer Awareness Month, we are going to do the entire with our banners and everything in pink. Shout out to those who are survivors, to those who may have lost loved ones to cancer as well, and to those who are, still working through it, fighting through it, and not yet diagnosed. Guys, we're praying for you, and we love you all the same. So we got a couple family members in our family who suffer with it and who have had it and who have actually been in remission and moved on past it as well. So with that being said, we don't want to forget about you guys. We want to shout you guys out early in the beginning and give you guys much love. Theron, pink's your favorite color anyway, so it kind of works
It
for you.
is.
Right. It kind of works for you anyways. So as y'all gonna hear, I'm gonna be clearing my throat. I'm gonna be on mute, but I think we got like one last week of warm weather because the weather done flipped up quickly. As y'all can see, Saran up there in the hoodie, then got cold quickly out here on folk, man. What's going on?
Turn the heat on. I bust the heater out already for my getting ready in the mornings. The heater is on.
Hardy, you got your heater on downstairs in your office? I bet it's on your toes right now, ain't it?
True that. I gotta admit, yeah, you're right. But that's a different situation. The basement. But yeah, supposedly we got one more heat wave this weekend before we go live, meaning the central flip over to heat from cool. So hang in there, Saran. Even though this is a long weekend too. Wow,
It's
wouldn't you know?
Right. So now, yeah, we're coming up on Indigenous Weekend. We don't call it Columbus Day anymore. We call it Indigenous Day.
Wow.
We're going to let y'all do the research behind that, but that's what is coming up. So for those of the students that got out early Friday or finish Friday and get a 3-day weekend, shout out to y'all. Enjoy that. And I think, Hardy, you probably off, aren't you, too? Is that a federal holiday for you, or you got to
That's
go
a
in?
federal holiday. Yes, it is.
Nice.
I'm claiming
Indigenous Day
not
must
Columbus.
be. Nah, we can't rock with
Okay.
Columbus no more.
Okay.
He sailed the ocean blue, but that's about as far as we're going.
Discover something
Right.
people already at. How does that work?
Okay. Moving right along.
But yeah, man. So Indigenous Weekend coming up and Breast Cancer Awareness Month. But yeah, like I said, this weather is definitely getting a little chilly. I gotta start taking my allergy medicines now because got this little tickle in my throat, and I'm not claiming sickness. But sliding over into the next topic, as we always do, guys, man, I don't know what 2024 is on, but it is coming with a vengeance, man. He is serious about taking some legends from us, man. And I think, we just need to shout some out again. Again, I need to work on that breaking news flash for our show, but we're gonna share this screen with you all and just kind of talk about some big names and some big hitters that we've lost these last couple weeks, man. So first one, we're gonna shout out to Miss Maggie Smith, man, right there, Professor McGonagall. So for those of you all who were huge Harry Potter fans, man, she was everything. She was a great mentor. She looked out for, Harry and all of them, but she's also just a very renowned British actress. She's played in a couple other movies, Christmas movies on Netflix that I've seen, and, just truly legendary, man. So to me, that one probably not the most, but that probably hit me the most. I'm a huge Harry Potter guy, so that one really kind of got me. Now we've lost like so many people from the Harry Potter universe, and I think be one of the last ones of the OG professors and top wizards that were in the movie. So she might be one of the last ones rounding up that group, man. So, life is moving on. Next, we have Pete Rose. Pete Rose, Hardy Boy, baseball legend, man. I think he's coming around after Miss Maggie Smith right here.
Pete Rose was one of the
Cincinnati, yeah, right
greatest
there.
to do it. Pete Rose was one of the greatest to do it because I think he still got some records for games played. Or I don't want to mess that up, but research Pete Rose. He's a real one. He's one of the greatest players in the game. However, the blemish on his record or on his name is that he betted on games. He gambled on games. And therefore he was barred for life.
Yeah, that's a no-no. That right there is a no-no
from getting into the Hall of Fame, baseball Hall of Fame.
Which I mean, come on now. Getting barred from the league is one thing, but if you have the numbers and the reputation to prove Hall of Fame, Hardy, and I know some people are going to argue against me, but what you did out on the field,
right,
as a player yourself, shouldn't dictate. Unless you were purposely not swinging at pitches or purposely trying to get out, which I don't think that's what he was doing. He was playing the game himself, but he was just betting on the game. So,
and no enhancement drug use or nothing like that. And now everything, the betting is a way of life now.
Yeah.
They've accepted that. So
MGM,
we still can't
FanDuel.
forgive this guy, man. Come on, one of the great ones. And now, if you know how we do. We probably will let him in now. What is this post
later down the
process? What's the word, Saran? Can you help me out?
Give him his flowers after he's.
Yeah. Give him his flowers.
Oh, in hindsight, yeah.
I'm sure that's what they have in store now. But Pete Rose, one of the greatest ones, Cincinnati. So that was one of the legendary teams. The whole organization, Pete Rose, Cincinnati Reds, legendary.
True. Next up on the list, John Amos, man. This is a pioneer of Black fathers on television, man. And probably one of the original ones, I think even before Bill Cosby and them. This was one of the good ones. Good times. Good times. And it was good times. JJ Penny, all of them.
Finding love and laughter in that downtrodden environment and being poor. And, they found a way to entertain and to show and to persevere through it all.
He's been a dad and a grandfather since I've been born. But, it's just cool to see, legends like him, James Earl Jones, just people who are very just profound, are very strong presence. They just have that. When you see them, you're like, okay, yeah, I know what role he's playing. I know, but he's also, like I said, another pioneer to Black people breaking into Hollywood.
And he was able to kind of flip that role with Coming to America. He was ahead of that. So he had a humorous side as well, man.
Yeah. He showed it also in Fresh Prince too. He had a little bit because I think he was Nia Long's father, Lisa's father from Cleveland, Ohio, coming to town acting out too. So
legend.
No, Mr. Dikembe Mutombo. Now you're talking about people who changed the game, man. I don't think there's been a better defensive presence than him.
Right.
He's probably Mr. Defense. When you think of someone blocking your shot, and it didn't matter how tall you were. He was only about like 6'10" too. I don't think he was like 7 foot, but
is 6'10" that far off from 7 foot though?
When you're 7 foot, 7'1", 7'2", There is a difference.
There's
He
a
was
difference out there in that
6'12", but
Okay, so when I walk around and say I'm 6 foot when I'm only 5'10", I want y'all to
that's
keep that
not the
same
same.
energy. Why is that not the
Giants,
same?
Giants,
Why is that
because
not
you
the
want that
same?
same energy,
I want that
Sharon.
same energy when I start saying I'm 6 foot at 5'10".
that's a real
Round
discrepancy.
me up.
You're not walking past 7-foot Giants every day. So once you hit like 6'10" and up, you're 7 foot to everybody.
All I'm saying is I want the same energy. But yeah,
Yeah.
Mr. Dikembe Mutombo, man, legendary. He played with
He did
Philadelphia
great things
Sixers.
back in his home country too. He was a pioneer. He was
Yeah.
a leader and doing big things in Africa and in his home country. So that's what we know him as basketball, but the world know him more so
Humanitarian.
as just
And I think he passed away from cancer too, as well. So, brain cancer, I think that's what it was. So
certainly
it's just
50 something.
58, man. And you just never know. This is another one to, even Chadwick Boseman. You don't know when these people are suffering, man. They don't show it. You don't see it until like it's the end, and then you start seeing clips come out of them, looking skinnier or something like that. But they kind of carry themselves, and you just never know they've been suffering, and with as deep of stages as it goes too. So, rest in peace to that legend. And then lastly is Miss Cissy Houston, the mother of The Voice, the greatest voice, some would argue to say, of all times. Miss Whitney Houston, her mother just passed away this week as well. So that's another one gone. And I think that's all three. All three, Mom, Whitney, and then Bobby she had passed away too. The daughter, Bobby Christie.
Oh, I was like,
Not Bobby Brown, Bobby Christie. Bobby Christie, yeah.
The daughter did pass.
Yeah, so
and another connection to that family, what the other singer is, like an auntie or something. Oh man, I shouldn't have brought that up and not know the name.
Sarita, Gladys,
Shaka Khan, Diana Ross, Tina Turner.
No. I get it for it's over. It's a legend. She's a legend in her own right, but
Patti
go ahead.
LaBelle.
No. But I'll get it for the show's out. I promise.
All right. Well, you're sitting on a computer, so you could be Googling something. If you need to Google, you Google real quick. But yeah, man, we just wanted to show some love to them.
Sissy, and she's behind the scene, and a lot of people don't, and you can only imagine what role she played in great Whitney's life, man. But she's always been chill like that behind the scenes. She never wanted the clout or whatever. She's always just been there, and you can only imagine how instrumental in bringing Whitney, the greatest, arguably, singer with, and definitely the best national anthem. Oh my goodness!
Star-Spangled Banner.
Oh my goodness!
To this day, we still holding that note out.
And you can tell when people try to do it, and it's like, you should have just left it alone.
Right, just leave it. Leave that where that is. Leave that where that is. Awesome. So again, rest in power to all those legends and pioneers. Hopefully we can make it a week where we don't have to do this, but it don't seem that 2024 is going to give us a free ticket. So we're just going to kind of slide past. So since we've spoken about a lot of Hollywood stars and kind of sports stars as well, let's talk about a couple of sports that's going on. So I know the NBA preseason has started, hockey has started up, but we're not really ready for those yet. Let's stick with the in-season stuff that's pretty prime right now. Let's first talk about the MLB postseason playoffs, man. And we got this is actually kind of cool. And I think if this could kind of work out, this will be maybe the first time in history where two of the same cities or areas make it to a championship just on either side. So right now, for the NLCS championship, so that's the NL side championship, we got the New York Mets, and they're sitting there waiting for either San Diego or the Los Angeles Dodgers to come play them. So that's on one side. And then on the other side, the most notorious team of all times. You got the New York Yankees, the Pinstripes in the ALCS, that championship, and they're waiting for the Detroit Tigers or the Cleveland Guardians to come play them. So the way this is looking, the way this is setting up, the Mets and the Yankees can end up playing in the World Series, and New York just gonna have a field day, ain't they?
The Subway, oh man, the Subway series.
I mean, that'd be kind of awesome if that could happen, And I don't know if I'm ever one. I'm a Orioles/Nats fan, so I don't know if I'm ever rooting for the Yankees. But
what side of LA and San Diego on? Could they be 110 West Coast?
What do you
mean? LA got knocked off.
LA Dodgers is playing San Diego Padres. That's the game right now.
They are playing, so they currently going
2-2.
So yeah, LA is. I mean, California popping right now.
Yeah, I mean California's rocking, but and then Detroit and Cleveland are also 2-2. So right now they're both in a very must-win game series right now. So it's best 3 out of 5 for that round. So they're in a must-win situation on both sides. But back to the New Yorks, man, I think that'd be kind of crazy.
That's who it is.
What's up?
Dionne Warwick.
Dionne Warwick. Yeah, that's the lady.
Auntie.
Yeah. She's still alive, though.
Sissy and Dionne's mom are siblings.
Something like that. Yeah, man.
That's actually kind of crazy, actually.
So all that.
That's greatness out of nowhere. That's too much greatness. That's too much greatness.
That's DNA. She had no choice but to be. Yeah, Dionne Warwick, man.
She came out the womb singing. She came out crying was singing. It was probably angelic. She came out the womb crying. Yeah, man. So whoever grandma is, then if that's the case, who was the grandmother that gave birth to both those daughters and then granddaughter?
Whitney? I guess they're cousins. Dionne and Whitney
and Sissy.
Dionne and Whitney are cousins.
Dionne and Whitney.
Oh, so Dionne and Sissy.
Get that straight, son.
Because it says Dionne Warwick's mom, Lee Warwick, is Sissy's sibling.
Wow.
Oh, so Dionne is one notch below Sissy.
That's what I'm saying. Dionne and Whitney are cousins. Because Sissy and Lee
Dionne's mother are sisters.
Which brings me to the point again. Whoever grandma is,
right.
She got a tree.
Right. Wow.
She got one on this side and that side. She just
because I'm sure Dionne's mother could blow, Sissy's sister could blow.
I mean, it only makes sense. It just
because they passed it down to the next generation, Dionne and Whitney. Wow.
Yeah, grandma was batting 1,000 on that one. She won on that one for sure.
Had them girls in the church.
Literally, all of them, all 4 of them probably. They probably could have did a 4-person band if they were all the same age.
They come out of the church, absolutely.
Man, so yeah, that's actually kind of crazy. I didn't even know that. That's a good fact. Thanks for sharing that. That was cool. I don't even know how I'm gonna flip that to get back up into the beginning of this episode. For real. It's just gonna have to stay right here. But yeah, New York. New York.
Oh yeah, that's where we were. Oh yeah, that's gonna be the Mets. They're getting bigger and bigger fan base. Yankees. You gotta be brave to walk around with some Mets gear on. But now they've got a huge fan base now because the Yankees, has dominated for years that New York scene. So yeah, it'll be interesting if those two could go to the dance. Wow.
I'm not really rooting for the Yankees, but like I was talking to Hardy the other day, man. Like Aaron Judge, I just feel bad for my man Aaron Judge. Aaron Judge has been on top of the leaderboards for so long, and he keep getting knocked out. He can't do nothing. He can't win. And to me, this might be his best chance to win. He got, Giancarlo or what's his name? Giancarlo.
Your boy Soto.
Juan Soto. Here. Come on, man. Ain't no better 2, 3, 4.
That speed from Miami with the one kid we had with the Marlins. But A-Rod suffered that same fate, if I'm not mistaken. Did A-Rod ever win one? And he was a dominant bat in his day with the Yankees. And I don't think he ever won a chip. So, yeah, it's such a legendary and a huge organization, the Yankees. You expect nothing less. for them to win every year. But there are times when they don't win, and you
Oh,
be
he's
like,
got one. He's got one in
they are
2009.
okay.
One 2009 against the Phillies.
Because that was a knock on him. He couldn't show up in October, and that's what Judge gonna get if he don't win one. You can't. But his bat is still fire. So
Yeah,
I
it's
don't know
bad.
how you
You can't stop
put that on him.
That ain't even on me. I guess switching to the next one, let's talk about, to me, I think this is the most exciting thing going on right now. The WNBA is on fire right now. The
I was gonna say
WNBA.
New York is popping. They in the MLB and in the WNBA right now.
New York Liberty, man. Everybody in New York. The Big Apple City, man.
That's like when DC had they run and we was running everything with the
We had
Cavs,
hockey,
the
the
Nationals,
Nats, the
Mystics.
Mystics. Yeah, it was 2019 and 2020 was a good combination of a year. It was 2 years, but we put it all in one.
And you're doing big thing. With Spike got floor seats, and he like he with the Knicks. He on the floor with the Liberty.
Hey, all I gotta say though, it ain't gonna be easy for them to get their first one because the Lynx made a statement.
Oh yeah,
they made a statement this week. So I guess the rumor has it is during the season the Lynx have won. Was it 3 out of 4 meetings that they had during the regular season?
Yeah.
So they won 3 out of 4 during the regular season. So everyone was like, well, that's the regular season. That doesn't count, and the Liberty are stacked up. They got championship pedigree with Stewie and Vandersloot and, just big time names and players. And
but the organization has never won.
Exactly. Where Minnesota Lynx, they have, I think, the most championships in the WNBA with 6. And that was during that was during the 2009 to 2016 era. Maya Moore was just running it, man. And people forget about, don't forget about that name. Maya Moore, she walked away from the game. It wasn't that she couldn't play. She left the game to go, do civil rights and stick up for those who are, being.
Her husband, she got out of prison. Yeah. Wrongfully accused.
And it wasn't her husband at first. She was representing him and grew a relationship with him. It wasn't like they knew each other. Well, I think they might have known each other ahead of time.
Well, you might be right. It started out as a cause, and then
I think they might have knew each other though, right? A little bit, maybe.
I think she just.
Or was it one of them
with the cause and wanted to get him out, man? And that one thing, it all led
I'm
to.
like, is that ethical?
Sarah, it sounds like some Harley Quinn and Joker stuff, don't it?
Right. Would you live for me?
I'm just a good Samaritan. It ain't like a legal thing. I wasn't his lawyer. I'm just a good Samaritan who chipped in for his cause, probably threw some money at his cause as lawyers to keep it, to reopen the case and to find out that he was wrongfully accused, man. And they say it's a lot of them, and she's still fighting for that because supposedly there's a lot of people locked up that didn't do it. And DNA is now, that science is really freeing a lot of people because DNA
kits,
that's a string of hair or whatever, or
And can DNA sit on something that long? My goodness, we be finding stuff decades later.
I think the science has now been able to break that down, whereas it's still good, man. Wow.
Jeez, man, you still finding stuff with people's prints and stuff decades later, man.
But having said that, back to the initial subject, the topic, I'm looking to see what you call his dad and Spike them go at it.
Oh, Courtney Williams.
Dad is one, her
Courtney
got it bad.
He be selling out to
time, he got to step to Spike.
And she looks smack like
that is
that,
twin
man.
For real.
Oh my god, like
Oh, word.
Took his face and just put it on hers, boy. But yeah, man, and Courtney, she has been balling these playoffs. I think she, and the word around has been saying, she went from someone who really only had like a one dribble pull up mid-range game at the 2 to now being a full rounded cerebral point guard, leading her team, being able to, create off the dribble. And, she's still a mid-range assassin, but she's got a floater now. She's got a little bit of a three, and it's probably an in rhythm three. I done hit a couple shots around here. So, and then, Nafisa Collier, I think that's the MVP. If it, like many have said, if it wasn't for the fact Asia Wilson scored 1,000 points this season, Collier probably should have got the MVP for real. The way she's playing so big, and she's big, but she ain't big as a lot of these people. Like, she might be like 6'4", but she like this big, man.
Her footwork and her skill set is like.
And she was Defensive Player of the Year, and she strapped Stewie all game.
You said that out loud, Saran. You strapped Stewie?
She strapped Stewie all game and still had enough to score. I'm just saying, I can only say what I saw. I'm not starting nothing.
You started something.
You start right.
Stewie coming out.
Am I poking the bear?
You just and I took that personally. That's
right.
MJ.
Stewie coming out. Believe that. She coming back. She'll never miss a free throw again. That was
open layups
or that last shot. So
open layups.
Like y'all always say, the ball don't lie, because some say that ball was out. Those calls, they were really trying to. I don't know, but
they fought back from 18 points down.
Things.
They fought back from 18 points down, and that right there, it just says a lot and commends them. They have, the Liberty have been on rest. The Lynx played literally a night before or one night rest in between, and had to travel. That's a lot.
And had to do a lot because Connecticut didn't give it to him, man.
Took him to the wire. Yeah, it's like So to pull that out is incredible.
Great basketball, WNBA, salute.
That's what they're here for. Them championship playoffs.
So with that being said, since the numbers have been going through the roofs and whatnot, the WNBA has actually released that next season that they will be doing for the championships, it'll be best 4 out of 7. So instead of 3 out of 5, they extended it to 4 out of 7 next year. And they've increased the regular season games from 40 to 44. So, that viewership is growing the league. I guess we'll talk about it next week. We'll see why the league is growing, but
Caitlin,
we'll let y'all speculate. We'll let y'all speculate. But,
next
it
week
is what it is. It's the
next
truth.
week. Caitlin, next week.
But that's a trailer. We're gonna give y'all a teaser for next week's episode. But honestly, we've been fans of the WNBA for a long time. We've been watching regardless of their ratings now and whatnot. And just to see the sport grow is amazing, man. And just the skill set really, it's getting close, it's closing. And not only that, people are coming out to really watch. Even the men are coming out to watch. The NBA players, they be front row watching with their popcorn like in it. Ready to go.
Seats in the house, got all on
Ready
the floor. Bron and the whole bloody Indiana Pacers on the front row, and but it's the fundamental basketball. That's what I love. Ain't no high flying act. You just backdoor, pure shooting. Thinking IQ basketball is what they play, man. And guys won't give them that, but that's really the difference in their league, man. They playing from IQ. They think in the game where we can just take off, and be
athletic.
Yeah, but they think in the game, man, which is a beautiful thing.
And Hardy, to that point, you know how I always say the 15th man on the roster still. I played against a girl that went to Stanford in just open gym in the rec. Them girls could come out at the rec and run you off the court too. Don't think that just because they girls, they won't catch fire. Because just like, Hardy, we talk about it all the time. That 15th man on the bench or a person playing two ways on the G League,
that we call a
scrub, he go out to LA Fitness is not missing. He is not. He go out to Lifetime. He is not missing. And that's the same thing with shawties in the WNBA. They go out to LA Fitness or Lifetime. I promise you, they're gonna be doing the same thing. So, I just like. This sport has been amazing. It's been awesome, man. 2024 has brought greatness as well this year, from the collegiate game all the way up to the professional level on both sides of the fence, man. So, and I guess kind of to close out on the sports thing and whatnot. Well, actually, two more things, but first things first, I think Rafael Nadal just announced his retirement at the end of the season. So shout out to the Spanish bull himself, longevity. My man, the left-handed Popeye, just strong on one arm. I don't even know if his other arm exists.
Yeah.
But,
the dominance he had, man, on clay and in certain surfaces. But just a mere fact, man, he's one of the last ones, man. They're dwindling down, man. There aren't a whole bunch of those dominant mugs. I think Joker might be the last one to dominate, and we thought Alcaraz was going to be the next one, but he hasn't arrived just
he's
yet.
He's still young. He's still working.
He has the potential, but as far as dominance, Nadal was,
And Nadal got to a point where, he took it from Federer. Federer was the dominance, and then Nadal was like, no more. And even while Djokovic was kind of coming up, Nadal was still to be feared.
Yeah.
Like, Joker might have surpassed him now, but Nadal was to be feared for the longest. And
shots nobody else can make. He was making shots.
I think, we were watching that last night. He had the most ESPN highlight shots around the net. Hardy, who goes around the net? That's insane. My man took a shot around the net. Didn't even.
And he was sliding before sliding was everybody's game. He was sliding in that clay and all that before that even became just the way you play that game, man. He's been sliding around for years, man.
And can cover all shots all over the court. So, kudos to him, man. I hope retirement serves him well. And what's crazy is that when we think of retirement, you think you're done, right? This man is only 38. Like, this man is only 38. He still got a whole life ahead of where
25 years under his belt.
Body is 70.
Right. He got all the miles. He's 25 years in the game. Been playing since he was
15, 16. Yeah, I mean,
limbs is definitely pushing 80.
Yeah, but hey, can you imagine, when he raised his children up to be, that's the cool part, right? Is when you start seeing the kids come up behind them. Now you see, the next generations coming up of their children, Marvin Harrison Jr. or Frank Gore Jr. or Bronny Jr. and whoever's coming next. But, you see these legends and now their kids are kind of, which also lets me know how old Saran is getting, because I don't get old. But it just lets me know how old Saran is getting, because the fact that their kids are now entering the professional league.
I wonder what Serena's gonna be. Ooh, you see her hitting the ball. I've seen a couple of YouTube where she's hitting the ball. This kid,
and she looked bigger too now. She went from baby to like standing up at fourth. Like they didn't show us.
Next time they show us be when they 20, and it's like,
I'd be like, what's going on?
But to think about that is interesting, because it's like, how hard? Like, are they going to be pushed to limits to be the greatest, or is it like
you can be what you want to be? You don't have to pick out the sport. You can be what you with, no pressure.
Because do I really want Serena Williams as my coach? Scary.
No. You're never gonna be great enough
as my coach.
They say that's why they can't be coaches. Your Magics, your Jordans, and because the bar is too high. Nobody can get where you trying.
Yeah.
Well, that's what Deion Sanders doing right now.
And you see,
I was like, we see.
Yikes. My point exactly. Yikes.
He said, "You see, we're not gonna say, but you see,
we gotta cut this off. What time the game? No,
nah, I don't. Oh, is it Friday? Oh yeah, it's Friday night. They do got games going on. But yeah, man. So, shout out to Nadal, and this weekend's a big weekend, baby. You know what I'm saying? Hardy boy. I know we from the district, but Battle of the Beltway is real right now, and I like Jaden Daniels for the city. I'm a Commanders fan just because I'm at home, but when you got to play my flock, boy, line is drawn in the sand.
We're going up in there.
Y'all scared?
We're going up in there.
Y'all scared? He is not ready to see the defense we about to throw at him.
We're going up in there.
Y'all, they not ready.
I know it's around. I ain't got no comment. I know it. We going up in there though.
I told you.
295. Straight shot. 295. It'll take you right there. If anybody want to know, if you passing through 295 north, it'll take you right up in there. So we coming up in there. I'll leave it as that.
Don't come up in here. Don't come up.
I might go to the casino because I know the best is out. I might go to MGM Grand.
Slow down, Pete Rose.
I know that's
Pete Rose. Slow down, Pete Rose. I know the best is floating around up in there. I might go to MGM Grand, man. See what's popping. Y'all, he's not ready.
295. They call it BWI from those who don't know.
Big trust, woo woo, and Lamar we trust, baby. And Lamar we trust. So just be prepared. But this is gonna be a fun weekend. They don't really do this often though. The most they do with this is like preseason games. They don't really get to play this as often as as we like.
Count.
Yeah, during regular season. So this is probably the first one in probably a couple of years now since we've had it like this. So I'm excited to watch it.
It had to be though, us being neighbors like that. It had to be. That's the tickets and the fanfare. Yeah, it's high.
For sure. But yeah, that concludes our sports segment, man. And a lot of good things are coming up this week and the following week. So everyone stay tuned with us. We'll cover it more next week. And hopefully we have some better news and some more updates for y'all moving forward regarding our Ravens dominating the Commanders and the Subway series potentially coming into effect, depending on how that goes. And honestly, New York, if y'all can get the trifecta going on, but I don't know, man. I'm rooting for the Lynx, man. I'm rooting for the Lynx. I need Minnesota to go ahead and do what they do.
Even though they got a ton of them.
Yeah, and that's where I'm kind of torn because I do want Sabrina Ionescu to get one, but I can't have Stewie get another one. That's the problem.
Right.
I can't have Stewie get another one.
Stewie won out in where? Seattle. Yeah, okay.
She used to run things in Seattle.
Okay.
I can't have Stewie getting another one. But anyways, speaking of Seattle Storm, we kind of want to touch base on, important things that are going on in life right now. So, for those of you all who are familiar, the hurricanes have been wreaking and causing havoc all up and down the East Coast. The western side of Florida has been getting hit tremendously hard. North Carolina, the Carolinas have been getting hit. In eastern Tennessee, literally homes are being destroyed. People are being washed out their homes. And, so I asked you, if you have family members in these areas, please reach out to them, check up on them, open your doors to them, tell them to come home, come up to you guys, because it's dangerous. It's crazy right now. And I think, Helena came first. And then, this past week, I think it was followed by Hurricane Milton. And I think Milton, it was a bigger storm, but
forecast to be crazy, but
yeah, it was bigger. And I think the wind of it is what was even more effective. Is like the parts that didn't get hit by the water got blown away. Like I saw on the news, there was a house that literally got blown 100 yards away from where it started. I was like, man, you could just blow a house down the road.
And I checked in with fam, of course, and they, for the most part, there was flooding and standing water, no real damage per se.
But your family's
prepared. They boarded up
side,
and
though.
Stand up, so they were, prepared for it for the most part. But yeah, we and it came across in such a way, where it could have affected them more so, but. Again, some kind of way it died and didn't, but the hurricanes are so unpredictable, man. They create tornadoes and then it just, and back to what is the climate? That's where we are, man. Supposedly.
But your family, luckily for your family are on the eastern side of Florida. So the hurricanes were coming up from the Gulf and kind of coming up through the states. It didn't cross Florida. It was coming up through the states.
Inland thing as opposed to being on the shoreline,
coast,
the beachfront. you're more inland, so that helps. It kills the effect, because if you're on those port cities, or when it comes to land, that's when when it hits land, that's when it's tearing up and blowing all them ports, the boats, all it, the condos, all that. And some airports, are affected with that as it crosses, So and then when it gets in the land, that's how the tornadoes are created, somewhat in some kind of science way. So it's
meteorologist Hardy.
That's what I'm saying. I decided to bail on that because
you said something.
Here's what's happening in your neck of the woods. Right, we gotta get Al Roker to turn it to Gator over there. But yeah, man, and not to make light of the situation, but yeah, we again, just make sure you guys are checking in on your families and looking out for those, because again, Mother Nature is truly unforgiving and she's undefeated. So don't, and for those families who are brave enough, to kind of stay in the houses and stay home, we just wish y'all the best, and we're praying for y'all and hoping, everything goes as well as it can for you guys with that. But I mean,
of leaving and coming back, and there's nothing there. So you, for whatever reason, you want to try to tough it out, but that is not the safe move either. So, wow.
Yeah, man, that's tough, man. I get it, and what's scary is hurricanes happen pretty regularly for Florida. You know what I'm saying?
There's actually a season.
You guys are used to that. Like, that's a season. That's what baffles me.
Like, hello.
That is what baffles me. You guys are like, it's hurricane season, so we're
right,
good.
Right, yeah, right.
Come on now. Y'all are different. Y'all are built different. But hey, but yeah, definitely, praying for you all, and as well as those families who are American citizens, but or American immigrants who have families overseas in the Middle East who are dealing with the war over there nonstop. We're definitely praying for you guys and hoping that things get rectified and kind of there's a ceasefire at some point, man. It's kind of crazy, man. It's too much.
Gotta have peace.
It's too much, man. I just don't get why we are still killing one another, man. Like, goodness gracious. We spoke on that on the last episode, but yeah, man, we again praying for a ceasefire and peace, man. That's all we can do there. With that being said, the only way we can get peace is to make sure we have the right elected officials. And so with that being said, as always, please use your privilege, your rights to go out and vote. Saran, can you give me a hint on what we're doing here? And right now it's 24 days, 3 hours, 40 minutes, and 51 seconds. So please, people, that countdown is closing quickly.
Wow.
Like, we are already in October, and we're almost in the second week of October. So and it's like the first Tuesday of November when they do the election. So please, that's like almost 3 weeks from now. We are just outside of 3 weeks, people.
If you're still undecided, do your homework. There's still time to research your candidate.
We are just outside of 3 weeks. Research your candidate. If you agree, if you disagree, that's all fine and dandy. I just need you to give us a vote. Please vote. So how long we got again? Just in case people forgot, we have 24 days, 3 hours, 40 minutes, and 1 second. So please, I know y'all are probably tired of us here saying that, but please, if you do it, you don't gotta hear us say it no more. You know what I'm saying? Right. So just vote. It's not that hard. It's literally only 5 minutes. You walk in, fill in the bubble,
Scantron, right? Fill in the sheet. We all know that.
Get a sticker and be out the door. Be right out the door. All right. So that's cool. Upcoming events, because here at Two Fingers we also host events. So let's talk about our upcoming events we have coming for you all. Bam. Wait. Boom. There we go. So lately we've been hosting pretty much we've been getting a lot of calls for paint sips. I think people have been enjoying the paint sips and the ambiance and the environments we've been creating there. So Yeah, right. We literally have a collection at the house. We were just talking about it. We run out of space in the house for all the paintings we
have
paint.
to start hanging them up.
Literally. But we have a paint sip coming Sunday, October 20th, 2024. So early enough to not get in the way of you guys' actual Halloween shenanigans and festivities, because we know y'all want to go outside and have a fun time and get spooky. But this right here gives you guys a week in advance where you have a paint and sip, but we're also going to have a costume competition. So we're going to vote on the top 3 costumes while we're painting and sipping. We have an assortment of prizes that we have planned to give out to you all. This is going to be at Logan Tavern. That's our home base. That's pretty much where we host all our things. 14th Street in P, Northwest Washington, D.C. Please come, show support, show love. There's a happy hour from 3 to 6. So there's a happy hour during our event. There's they have brunch before from 8 to 3. So if you want to come in and eat good and get some waffles or whatever you want to get, come do that. It's a good time. But yeah, come show support, come show some love. We got a nice Halloween themed painting as well that we're going to do. So I think it's going to be a good time, y'all.
I agree.
I'm excited. That's gonna be fun. I'm a little intimidated by all that ombre, all them colors in that picture, but I'm gonna do my best.
Oh, the paint, you're gonna be able to, the canvas, you're gonna be able to. Well, I gotta admit, the guy Bravo is the artist. He's very fundamental, man. He takes you through it step by step, and voila, before you know it.
He does a great job explaining it. You know, it's really trust the process. Because when we start, I'd be like, this does not look like that. But
no, that is for sure. Like but I mean, he does it professionally. You know, this is his job. This is what he does. So, you know, if you do something that, and he enjoys painting himself outside of just his job. So his personal life, his actual job, they're all inclusive in one. So, you know, he can teach it, he can speak on it, but it is kind of funny, and that's my favorite part, of seeing the white canvases, and then y'all just got random marks all over the page, and I'm just like, how we gonna make this? How we gonna make this come together? And then literally when we get to that like closing part, when it's probably like the last 20 minutes, you'd be like, okay, I kind of see something. I kind of see something. Them last 20 minutes is literally just like fine details and signatures.
Somebody's sitting on a blanket now, or the lights in the building. Where did that come from? So yeah, it's
But man, at first, like Saran said, it'd be scary, because I'd be like walking around trying to figure it out myself. I'm like, okay, I guess these random shapes gonna go together. But yes, and to close out, ladies and gentlemen, you know what we gotta do? We gotta do our thing here. And as always, our serenity prayer. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. What's up? Did I say something wrong? Did I say something wrong? Oh, I thought you heard me say something.
Oh, you can see me still?
Yeah, I can see. I can see you. I can see you. The camera can't see you, but I can see you.
That's
I was like, okay,
no,
cool.
I was thinking about this little ending part.
Oh, okay. Oh, you think
you don't know her part.
You don't know her part again. Oh my god!
I got it though.
Y'all are hilarious. Y'all hilarious. I was like,
I was too, Saran. I'm over here. Where's my?
Y'all be killing me, man. And it almost messed me up, because I thought I was reading it wrong. I said, I know this.
I'm in my head trying to figure out. Anyways.
But yeah, first of all, before we go, hey Saran, go ahead. Are you your hair's color of the seasons? Are we changing with the seasons?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? She changing with the seasons.
No, we're a little copper, a little auburn. Still getting used to it, but
the fall colors.
We switched it up.
The fall colors.
Summer is blonde is very summer, very sunshine. I wanted to, change it up a little bit.
I see you.
All right. But anyways, y'all got it? We good? All right. Take it away, Hardy boy.
2 fingers, peace and love.
2 fingers, 2 up, 2 down.
2 fingers, deuces, and we out. Thank you all for joining us today. This has been another episode of the Two Fingers Podcast. Again, as always, if you guys like our content and like everything we do, please like, share, repost, support us, do all that you can. If you want to know more about us or our episodes or our events, check us below, like Saran said, at www.twofingersdeuces.com. Fam, as always, I'll holla at y'all. We out.